appreciate you taking a few minutes of your time. For the record, my name is Steve Rawlings. I'm here on behalf of the West Virginia County Risk Pool. I have a short presentation I'd like to give to you. I promise I won't go over word for word. We have a lot of other things to do rather than just listening to me talk for minutes and minutes on end. But I do want to leave at least the information here with you for your review and allow you to ask any questions if you have any as we go through. Very briefly, the West Virginia County Risk Pool is a property and casualty and workers' compensation self-insurance program that is an option for counties that wish to own and take control over their own coverages, their own services, and their own program, rather than purchasing coverage through a third party, whether it's a commercial product or whether it's the Board of Risk and Insurance Management within the state. This represents a third option that came into being back in 2007. The first page there just shows you who we are as a whole. There are 55 counties in the state, and we have 39 county commissions participating in the county risk pool. That has grown from the 19 county commissions that started the program in 2007, as well as we have about 71 authority members, and those authority members represent public service districts, economic development authorities, solid waste authorities, and so on that participate in the program. As a whole, the next three pages there are really kind of in concert and kind of come together. The whole point behind the county risk pool is to give you all a voice in your own program. The next page there shows you the supervisory board about who oversees this program. This program does have oversight by members that are elected by the members themselves. For your information, you guys are actually pretty much right in between two of our board members, which would be Blair Couch from Wood County, as well as for Bernie Pazine from Harrison County Commission. And then also not terribly far away from you would be Rodney Cox from Roane County. So with that in mind, those individuals not only need to participate in the pool board, but they are also members of their own right, so any decisions that they make would have an impact upon their counties as well. The next couple of pages really kind of, again, are in concert with everything else about the pool. Regardless of what I say today about coverage, and I'll leave that very, very short. I've left some things that I certainly won't go over today. Again, you have many other things to do. But regardless of what I say about service, regardless of what I say about coverages, regardless of what it is about cost, this pool is first and foremost about intergovernmental cooperation. It's about getting together the county commissions to take control of their own destinies and to have a say in what it is that they wish that they need for coverages, that they need for liability protection, that they need to protect their employees underneath the workers' compensation aspect. It is really about getting those counties together. So we talk a lot about I can provide certain coverages or I provide certain services, but when you put that all together, that really is underneath the hallmark of that intergovernmental cooperation, being able to get those counties together. Really the goal is that we can strengthen the ties between counties, or we can establish ties that aren't there. My administrator always makes a joke that in the very first year when we first started working on this in 2007, that the counties in this state very much talk to one another. You know what's going on within your neighbors' confines as far as the exposures, the risks, the losses, what their sheriffs are doing, what their assessors are doing. And he makes a joke that is actually all too real, that he had a meeting in Marshall County many years ago when the pool was first forming. And by the time he drove down to McDowell County, later on in the afternoon, he was asked by the McDowell County commissioners what it was that he said in Marshall County. So you have a communication. This is something that strengthens that, allows you to share ideas, allows you to come together, open up your channels for group success. The next piece really goes into what happens with those funds. So we talk about, you know your contributions as premiums. So when you pay your insurance costs, you know them as premiums. We call them contributions because they really never leave you. They really never leave the organization, because ultimately, again, it's a risk sharing. You put your money into a pool, and out of that pool, we pay for reinsurance for catastrophic loss. We pay for the claims that come into the door. So whether it's a liability claim or automobile claim, and now we're doing workers' compensation, so we would pay that as well. So the funds that are left over at the end of the year with a traditional commercial policy, whether that's the Board of Risk or a commercial product, that is profit to the third party. Nothing wrong with that. That's great, not an issue. This program is different in the respect that whatever is left over at the end of the fiscal year maintains it stays with the membership. So that it's called membership equity, and that stays with the members. So there's really no profit driven behind this pool because it's not my money, it's the members' money. When we talk about member equity, today we have just under right at $1.7 million of actuarially defined funds that belong to the membership. That is not what we collect this year. We're collecting over $8 billion this year to pay for the claims, to pay for the losses. That is excess money that's been left over. That would have been the profit to those third-party entities, had these counties and these authorities not joined the pool. That 1.7, 1.8 would have been profit to those other entities. Again, nothing wrong with that, but it's just different because that still belongs to the membership. What happens with those funds is entirely up to that supervisory board, whether that's going to be returned back in a cash dividend, which we did a couple of years ago for the very first participating members for the first year, whether that's to increase reinsurance retention or do a variety of services and so on. So again, those funds that are used for retention can be used in many ways, and what happens to those are actually up to those that are impacted by those decisions as well. As you can see, the property casualty membership, very briefly, has grown, again, from the 19 county commissions and 5 authorities to 70 authorities and 39 commissions. We're very pleased with that. I mean, that shows us that in 5 full short years, we've actually broken into about 65% of county commissions have joined this pool. And last year would have been a little bit unique for me to come in here and tell you that we've never lost a member. This year's a little bit unique, and I'm actually pretty proud to tell you that we actually did lose a member for the 11-12 fiscal year. But less than a year later, we proposed to bring them back into the pool, and they joined the pool to come back with us. So to lose a member that was with us for 3 years, they had a local agent come in and said, look, we can save you a lot of money. We can save you a whole lot of money by coming in. And so they left the pool, and then by the end of that year, they went out to bid, and then there was a major swing in cost between what that local agent provided to get them to leave the pool and what the renewal cost was. Our costs remained relatively the same. That county has rejoined the pool, and with that, they talked with their Parks and Rec board. The Parks and Rec board came to us, talked to us, and now they're a member of the pool of their own right as well. So not only did they join the pool, but that they encouraged one of their authority members to consider us, that authority member considered us as a member of the pool. I find that a success. I consider that even more of a success than coming in and saying we've never lost a member, because that shows what a member had, what they thought they could get, and then what they lost in that process, and then was able to come back in.
What county was it?
That was actually Raleigh County. So it's actually a relatively large member. It's actually one of our larger members in the pool. And we've always had a very good working relationship. There were no hard feelings on either end. It was just a financial. I'm sorry?
Time is up.
Okay, time's up. All right.
Wait a minute.
Sir.
We let her finish hers, and she went way over her time. There was nothing said.
Well, it seems like he's trying to sell some kind of insurance.
He is trying to sell insurance.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
He is.
That's correct. I tell you what, I'll finish it. I can finish it here in the next 1 minute. If you just give me 1 more minute of your time, and I'll
You finish your program, sir.
Oh, that's fine. I'm in good shape.
Well, he's
Again,
part of
you'll
the
have-
agenda.
Do what?
He's part of the agenda. He's not to the 5 minutes.
He is on the agenda. Yes, he is on the agenda, and we have been lenient with the speakers this evening.
With that in mind, the next two slides there, very brief. It just shows that we have grown, again, with the workers' comp membership. This really goes into what we have done from the perspective of providing a good service to our members, in that we've started a brand new workers' compensation program last year for the very first year. It was our expectation to have, out of the 34 county commissions that we had at the time, to pick up between 21 and 24 of them to join the pool for that portion of the coverage to begin with. We didn't start with 21 or 24. We proposed to 34 of them and received 33 of them that jumped on board. That just kind of gives an impact of what we do, what we say, really supports the program itself. You can skip the next page. I talked about the equity return. I'll leave that to your information there as well. We returned $50,000 to our members after the 07-08 fiscal year. We returned that 2 years ago to them. And then service and support. The service and support really kind of brings together what we do when it comes to giving you contract review, what it does for the stability and cost, the risk control, as well as any sort of support that you need from a claim side itself. Everything else kind of brings together the member services, talks about the website. You can look at that at your own free will, underneath your own time there. And I would be happy to answer any questions. The next several slides that I won't go over based upon time, unless you have specific questions, I certainly would be happy to, talks a little bit about our coverages and how they are over and above what you would be able to obtain from other providers. And certainly, again, I won't go over that. I could certainly bore you to tears, and I can certainly get off track that way. So with that in mind, I would be happy to answer any questions. My ultimate goal is to find out if you would have an interest in obtaining a proposal from the West Virginia County's risk pool. That is ultimately why I'm here, is to gather whether or not you would have an interest in doing so, and see if there's anything we can do to be of service to you, and hopefully bring on Douglas County as maybe the 40th of our members from county members at the time.
We are interested. We are interested in a proposal.
What would be the best way? Would I be in contact with the county clerk to provide the information of what we need to be able to provide a proposal, or would I provide directly to one of the county commissioners? How would that be best completed?
County clerk. Right here.
Okay. All right. Ma'am, if that's okay, I'm going to be in the office tomorrow for a little while. If I can maybe give you a phone call and then touch base with you, get you an email, and get you all the information we need. It's just one page.
We would like our attorney to research it for us, please, Harry.
Please do, and we'd be happy to answer any questions. Also, the very last piece, don't take my word for it. Talk to those county commissions over there. Talk to Raleigh County. Why did they join the pool? Why did they come back after leaving the pool? Talk to all those counties that have been there since day one. So I think that they will give you the most impression, regardless of what I say. It's about their experience with the pool, what they've received, and the good, bad, and indifferent from the program itself. I think they'll give you a good report.
Thank you, Steve.
Commissioners, I appreciate your time. Thank you all very much. You have a good
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kathy Ash.